Welcome to Let's Talk Safe Money. I'm your host, Paul 𝗵𝗿𝗄, with my guest today, Mr. Len Strickler of LS Financial Group. Welcome to the program, my friend.
Thank you. Good to be here again.
It's good to see you always. You know, your incredible experience, your life experience, and how you've changed that into the practice that you had, and you're using that to make a difference in people's lives. It's inspiring, Len.
No, thank you.
It truly is inspiring. And today, I'm kind of excited because we're going to tackle some subjects, you know, that we know that's on everybody's mind, you know. Taxes is one of them.
Absolutely.
What will taxes do?
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah,
but all roads are leading to probably they're going to go up, right?
I would think.
So talk about, for us, the differences, say, in traditional tax preparation that people have done over the years versus changing their frame of mind and getting tax proactive and planning in advance.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, the one thing we have on board with us, which is really makes it nice, Paul, is we have a CEO who's or a CFP, and she's also a CPA, so she has both titles, right? And she's also a registered investment advisor agent. So this gal is awesome. She's a personal friend of mine. We brought her on board as a co-founder of our company. And she, as a CPA, helps a lot of businesses. She helps a lot of folks. But more importantly, we have someone on board that is communicating with our clients, and it's like a glove, okay? Because a lot of times, as financial advisors, they have a separate CPA, right? So they're not sure what's going on. This way with Carrie, she knows exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it. Matter of fact, she owns a lot of what we do in her portfolio, right?
Yeah.
And so it makes it so much easier for our clients.
Yes.
It's kind of a one-stop shop kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's in perfect harmony because it's right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So it makes it real nice. So that's the first thing. The other thing is you said something about tax prep. You know, when you're accumulating money, when you're younger and you're going up that mountain we talked about, you're in the accumulation stage. You know, you got a W-2, probably you're working for an employer, and so it's a whole different headset, okay, of taxes.
Yeah.
But when you start down that mountain in the distribution phase, okay, totally different. Now you're looking at tax strategies. You're looking at how do I, you know, taxes now in retirement, because a lot of folks out there, let's face it, folks, you Paul, our age group, we're worried about taxes.
Yeah.
We're on a fixed income now.
That's true.
And so we can't be getting hit all the time. And the government's always trying to hit you. We talked earlier about Roth conversions and how to get off the IRS radar screen.
Well, good point, because if you don't tax plan, the IRS has a tax plan for you.
That's right.
Right?
That's
your
correct.
point.
Yeah. And, you know, I always tell folks, too, I said, you know, you've got a partner. Do you really want that partner? It's the IRS, folks. Okay, your 401k, and you don't own all that. Okay, the government owns a piece of that. So I want to try to help you get off that radar screen so you own it all, right?
Yep.
So that's kind of what we do with Carrie and what we do with our company. We're able to really help you do tax strategies ahead of time, making sure that we look at your RMDs. I mean, there's a whole different set of scenarios and things that go into play when you're coming down that mountain.
Right.
And so we want to make sure we help you do that. Now, I'm not a tax expert, okay?
Sure.
But I have someone on board who is.
You have somebody that's a team member, and that's what we're talking about, right?
That's correct.
When people hire you, they're hiring a team.
That's it.
That goes to work on their entire portfolio. You know, I wanted to mention something, because we see a lot in the news how wealthy people, and they don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of my friends always ask me, you know, how do wealthy people do it? And what we're kind of talking about is what you're talking about, Len. These folks have tax strategies.
Right.
They have tax plans. They're proactive. And that's why it's important for you, if you want to hang on to your money, you need to be doing the same things, right?
Correct. That's correct. And there are strategies. That's the difference between my partner Art and I and a lot of advisors. And I'm not bashing advisors, because we are one. We just happen to be I would say, unconventional.
Yeah.
We look at things differently, and we really look at that coming down that mountain. We really look at distribution, because it's a whole different set of rules. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what we're really wanting to help folks with coming down that mountain. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's the area that we really focus on, if you will.
Well, and how important is that too? I mean, seriously, Len, having someone who specializes with the phase of life that you're in.
Right, absolutely.
Right? I mean, because a lot of these, to your point, they're good financial advisors out
Right.
there, but they specialize in the accumulation
Right,
side.
that's right.
I mean, isn't it important to have someone who specializes in retirement?
Absolutely. You know, the traditional financial advisor wants to keep you in the market.
Sure.
That's how they get paid. You're
Right.
messing with the rice bowl.
Yes, that's true.
But when you're in the other side of the coming down that mountain, there's a lot of other strategies in play that don't keep you in the market, so you're not continuing, you know, to get hit with these fees.
Yep.
And by the way, these fees are pretty huge. We'll talk about fees in a little bit.
Yeah, we will.
But you're right. I mean, you know, we have to figure out ways. The wealthy people that in this country use the strategies that we're teaching. They use this whole thing of Roth conversions, all right? They use life insurance. People don't
Really?
understand that we change life insurance when we flip it upside down.
Yeah. Oh.
The IRS allows you a certain corridor, and we get as little death benefit as we can to keep it not a modified endowment. It can't become modified endowment, or it's taxable. So the IRS lets you keep it here. Right now, who do you think writes all these codes and writes all this? Who do you think owns life insurance?
Who?
Congressmen, senators. They're the guys who write the code for this stuff. They're the ones who, the IRS puts you a corridor in play, this little corridor that you're allowed to go through.
Wow, and a lot of folks don't realize that. You know, because
So-
and isn't life insurance different today? Isn't the product availability what's accessible to people today? Isn't it very different than, say,
it's way
30,
different.
40 years ago?
Way different, way different. But again, what we do is put inside there that fixed indexed, it's an indexed universal life.
Okay.
So we put that vehicle of an indexed product inside that life insurance. And so we're now allowed to buy a bunch of that indexed, right, product, very little life insurance, and that thing grows like crazy. So you got growth going on inside that life insurance policy. And when you take it out, it's tax-free.
Really?
It's tax-free.
Another tax-free item.
Yeah, another tax-free item. That's how they just got all these strategies that they do. It's amazing. But we help folks with those. We help average folks.
All right.
Be able to do that.
Well, I'm getting excited for the people in Florida out there. So I understand if folks out there, they're wanting one of these strategies, you have a special offer for them today, Len.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you share that with everybody,
Sure.
please?
Folks, we got a complimentary offer. Okay, we're going to do a complete review for you. But one of the things we're really going to focus on, folks, is we're going to focus on this whole thing of Roth conversions and your taxes coming down the mountain in distribution, where you are today. We've got to focus on where you are today to help you get these taxes under control. Our goal is to help you get off the IRS radar screen, and we have helped a lot of people do that. You're not going to believe it, but zero taxes in retirement. We can do it. We've got a CPA on board. She's right there to help us. We work hand in hand. Give us a call today. We'll make sure we put a good tax plan together for you. 844-299-0355. I'll get Carrie, our CPA, on the phone with you, and we'll do a complete tax plan. Give us a call, 30-minute call with Carrie on the phone with a CPA to help you with your taxes. Folks, let's do it. 844-299-0355.
And again, that consultation is complimentary. You've always wanted to know what the strategies are of the wealthy that they use to keep their money. And now here's an opportunity. How will that apply to you? Well, you have to take action. You have to pick up the phone and call. Get your personalized tax strategy with Len and his team, 844-299-0355. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk Safe Money. I'm your host, Paul Gebhardt. With our guest today has been Mr. Len Strickler of LS Financial Group. Wonderful segment on taxes. I know that's on everybody's mind, so thank you for addressing that elephant in the room, shall we say. Incredible information. You know, I know you're very passionate about people keeping their money safe.
Absolutely.
We talk a lot about this, Len. You're like, Paul, these folks sacrifice a lot to get to where they are, and I just don't want to see them lose their money. How can somebody keep their money safe, Len?
That's a good question, and you're right, Paul. That is something that I am very passionate about. I shared with you what happened to me, folks, in 2008. Okay, I'd lost a lot of money. Okay, I've been up, I've been down. Okay, and I will say this: it's much better up.
Yes, it is, for sure.
But I do feel for folks that have lost a lot of money. A lot of people are still working, Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, and they lost 40% of their money in the market.
Well, Len, how about those folks that had to go back to work?
Well, yeah,
Isn't that
no,
the
that's
worst thing?
exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
I mean, they thought, think about it. You retired
Yeah.
the day after 08 hit.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean,
did-
there you are. You're sitting there going, oh, I mean, 30-40% of your money gone. Yeah. You what do? You got to go back to work. You got to put the wife back. You go back.
Yeah.
So it's I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
So with what I do is I say to folks, get out of the Wall Street casino. Okay, the sharks. Look, they don't have a clue, folks. They don't have a clue. They don't know. They don't have a crystal ball. They can tell you, oh, you know, here's this return. Here's this return. They have not a clue when that market's going to turn. Now, I'll ask you this, folks. Where we are right now in our country, okay? I don't care what political side you're on, doesn't matter. Do you think we are ready for a market correction? Folks, we've had 11 years, Paul, of an upside.
Yeah.
The average is 7 years. Every 7 years, a 39% increase.
You're right.
Go back to 1929, you'll see it's true.
Yeah.
So I fear for folks out there that are really getting ready to retire, and all of a sudden, they're hit.
Yeah.
So we got to get them out of the Wall Street casino.
Well, hey, talk about that for a minute, Len. Like, let's say they take that hit. How long will it take them to get back?
Yeah, that's a good question too. I mean, you know, if you take that kind of hit, it'll take you 10 years at least to get back even. Now think about it. Well, as a matter of fact, from 1998, if you put $100,000 in the market, okay, and it went up to like, I don't know, 156,000. You know, you were doing really well, and then the tech bubble hit.
Yes.
It took 7 years to get back even. 7 years. Now, think about this. Let's say you're in retirement and you have to take money out of that portfolio to live on.
Yeah.
Now it's even worse.
Of course, you're right.
You'll never get back even. You'll never get back. So you can't afford to lose money in retirement. So what do? People say, well, Len, you know, I know what you're talking about. You're probably talking about a fixed index annuity. Yes, I am, folks. And I put, oh, annuities, forget it. I don't want to talk about annuities. You know, annuities got a bad rap. Annuities aren't bad, but there are some bad annuities.
Right.
And there are also some bad sales folks out there that put people in the wrong design.
Yeah.
The last 3 or 4 years, Paul, these annuities have they're totally different. There's no caps on them. Used to be a cap on them, okay?
Yeah.
If it goes to 5%, the S&P, we're going to give you 5, but if it goes to 20, you don't get any of that, you just get 5, right? And now there's unlimited upside.
Really?
Okay? Yeah, there's some really incredible ones. My partner Art just put his wife's money in one of these products we're talking about. It pays 200%, participation rate of 200% of the Credit Suisse index. 200% of whatever that index does. Now, that index is a very nice, easy moving index. If it does 5%, you get 10.
Wow.
If it does 10, you get 20.
Wow.
The returns on this thing over the last 20 years have been phenomenal.
Wow.
But here's the real kicker that Yahoo Finance wrote about. They guarantee that 10 years They guarantee you that 200% for 10 years.
Wow.
No other company does that. None.
That's incredible.
They guarantee that 200%. They can't change that par rate
Yeah.
for 10 years.
Let me ask you this, Len. Can someone lose money in that?
No.
Really?
You'll never lose your principal. Never.
Wow.
That's the key. When the market goes up, you get some. But if that market crashes, you just stay and hold. We
Level
say
out.
zero's your hero.
Wow.
You don't ever lose your principal.
Boy, that gives you a lot of safety right there.
Absolutely. And that's what folks need to take a look at. I mean, we got so many clients that come in and they just don't get it. They're totally in the market, everything. With all these fees they're getting hit with, some of them aren't even keeping ahead of inflation.
Yeah. You know, can I share real quick one of my little personal stories?
Sure.
I think you know I've been a property casualty agent serving the community for 24 years and have grown with these families, love these people. They get to retirement ages. It was interesting, 2008 hit. I had about half of these folks that were retiring had to go back to work because they lost everything.
Yeah, that's
basically what
sad.
you're saying. And then they had this other half of the group, they were doing fine. They weren't stressed out. They weren't worried. I had to know. And here's the funny part. I've been in insurance all this time, and I'd never really heard of annuities.
Yeah.
And to a person, I'd ask them because I got curious. I'm like, so what are you doing differently? And every one of them said, well, Paul, I preserve my money by moving into annuities, and it's protected now.
That's awesome.
You know, I mean,
yeah,
I saw folks live that, Len.
Yeah.
And it really changed my mind. And then I started reading up on them. You find out Social Security is an annuity.
Yeah, that's right.
Most of your
It is.
lawsuit settlements are paid out in annuities.
Annuities.
Lotteries are paid out in annuities.
Annuities.
I mean,
That's right.
pensions are annuities.
You're right.
Right?
That's
I
it.
mean, so you shouldn't be afraid of them. You just should get a good education.
Right.
To your point, right, Len?
Yeah, you got to get the right person with the right design. Okay, and that's what Art and I do. We look. Here's the thing, we don't get paid but one time by the insurance company. Like a realtor, anywhere from 4% to 6%. I tell folks, I'm transparent. I tell folks exactly what I make. I'm not ashamed of it. Oh, by the way, I got to make a living. Yeah, okay, you agree with that. But 4% to 6%, and it doesn't come out of your money, folks. You'll never see anything on your statement that'll come out of that 6 or 4% will never be on your statement. We're
Wow.
paid by the insurance company.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, you know, you're going to get hit with all these fees. A fixed index annuity is a no-fee product.
Wow.
Unless you want an enhancement fee. If you want something, long-term care or something, then we'll tell you that. And we'll say, hey, if this is what you like, here's what the fee is, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
May be worth it.
Yeah.
May not be.
Okay. So let's say, Len, there's some folks out there who are saying, hey, you know what? I want a guaranteed income in retirement. I don't want to stress about
Right.
that. What can you do for them? Would you mind sharing with folks what you're offering today?
Absolutely. Folks, complimentary offer to you, okay? No obligation whatsoever. If you come in and see us, what we're going to do, you can do a 30-minute call with us, okay? We're going to do what we call our Safe Money Scorecard. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 4 of these fixed index annuities, okay? And we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the different features and benefits, the different designs of these annuities. Some of them have long-term care. Some of them have a guaranteed lifetime income where you're going to get income just like your Social Security. If you live to 122, you're going to get your income. Others are what I was talking about with my partner Art, where you get 200% of the S&P or of the Credit Suisse index. We're going to show you those, right? So we're going to do that for you. Give us a call so we can do that analyzer and that scorecard for you. 844-299-0355. We can do the call. We can do it on the phone. We can do a Zoom, or we can come see you, or you can come see us. 844-299-0355. Let's get you safe today.
That's good stuff. And again, complimentary reviews. I've seen folks charge upwards of $1,500 for these consultations because there's a lot of time and energy that goes into you. They have to get to know you. That takes time. They have to understand what your goals are. That takes time. But this is the important thing. If you're wanting that safety, if you're wanting that guaranteed lifetime income, if that's been something that's been on your mind, today is the opportunity you've been waiting on. Pick up the phone, call Len and his team, 844-299-0355. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages.
When was the last time you saw your financial professional? Are you getting the most out of the strategy that was created for you? Although you've done a great job finding someone to help plan for your future, are you 100% sure that you were given the right strategy? We can help answer these questions and more with a complimentary second opinion evaluation. We will take a look at what you have in place and then help determine if you're well positioned to get the most out of your future retirement income. In the event that it is not, we can help by making suggestions and showing you how to get on the right path. You wouldn't get just one opinion when it comes to a major health decision, so why would you treat your most important financial decision with such disregard? Call today for your no-cost, no-obligation second opinion evaluation to see if you're getting the most out of your retirement income plan.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk Safe Money. I'm your host, Paul Gebhardt, and my guest today is my buddy Len Strickler of LS Financial Group. Len, I'm excited about this segment because we know folks out there were calling in like crazy during the break because they're interested in that guaranteed lifetime income. But, you know, we had a couple of questions. Folks were wondering, like, how do I divorce my current broker?
Right.
Right? That's interesting. How do they do that, Len?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, it's funny because on the radio show, I do this quite often. And, you know, I get all the time, folks will come back to me and say, Len, you put this nice presentation, you know, and I came in to get a second opinion. And I went back to my broker. And here's some things that my broker said to me. Can you help me answer these, Len? You know? And I'll go, well, sure. Tell me what he says. Right? So here's some things, right?
Oh, that's good stuff. So here's one of them. One says, I have a product that will do something exactly like that.
Don't you love that one?
Yeah. Well, why did I don't want to ruin it. I mean, that got me curious. I was gonna answer.
You're gonna
that
answer
one.
it, right?
Like, yes. Like, why did he do that to begin with?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. You're telling me that you have a product that's going to keep me safe.
Yeah.
That I'm never going to lose any money in the market. And but you're going to keep me in the market. But you had a product and you didn't share it with me.
And you're just now telling me?
Oh, come on.
Ouch.
Hey, come on, man.
Ouch. That's painful. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean, serious.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So that dog don't hunt.
No. I'm like, I'm out of here yesterday. All right. There are a bunch of hidden fees in those products.
You know, that's another one we hear all the time, and it's so amazing to me because a fixed indexed annuity, not a variable annuity. Now, remember what I said earlier. We don't put you in variable annuities because you're right back in the market, folks. That's not what we do. We put you in a fixed indexed annuity. It's a no-fee product. There's no fees on those.
Wow.
Right? They get this whole thing confused, right? Well, no, they really don't get it confused.
Yeah.
They really just trying to use this so you keep your money with them so that, you know, they can keep getting paid. Guess, you know what's interesting to me? Guess whose retirement they're funding?
Theirs.
Theirs.
Yeah.
You believe that?
You bet. No, I do believe that.
So,
Yeah.
So anyway, I've just, you know, it's a no-fee product, folks. Unless you want a fee to enhance something, and we'll share that with you. And if it makes sense, we'll look at it together. But it's a no-fee product.
Got it. Okay, how about you don't get all the market gains in those types of products?
Yeah. That's another really brilliant one. And I don't get all the losses either.
Yeah, how about that? All of them? How about any of them?
Any of them. If the market goes down 30%, like in 2000, you know, what, the tech bubble or in 08.
Yeah.
I don't experience any losses.
No doubt. Hey, have your broker guarantee that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get some gains, all right? But I'm not going to experience any losses. So again.
Yeah, really. That's good stuff. Okay, the loss you have experienced is only a paper loss.
Oh, I love this one.
That's what?
That is so, I mean, are you serious?
Green paper.
I mean, are you serious?
Yeah.
You actually have the gall to tell me
It's a paper loss.
that it's my money,
Yeah.
and it's a paper loss.
Yeah.
But I need the money now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Is it a paper gain too? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
the
that
things
is
they
a
come
terrible,
up with.
terrible
I mean,
explanation. You don't want to tie up your money for long periods.
right. That's another one they hit all the time because what happens is there is what's called a surrender fee inside these annuities, right?
Yeah.
And we tell you straight up what it is. Typically, a surrender fee is 10, 9, 8, 7, down to the 10th year, zero fee, okay? But here's the thing. You can take 10% of your money out, right, with no penalty.
Okay.
10% every year with no penalty, right? So it is liquid. Now, here's the thing. Why is there a fee? People say, Len, well, why are there the surrender fee? Well, think about it. This whole thing is a long-term play, right? It's for retirement.
Right.
But what happens is that this insurance company, folks, is going out and taking the risk now. Remember, if the market goes down, they're taking the risk because you're not even in the index. The insurance company is saying we're going to credit you based on an index.
Gotcha.
Okay? So they have to go out and make money, right? So they're going to have to guarantee that, let's say you put $100,000 in, right? They're going to have to guarantee that $100,000 for 10 years because they're saying to you that you'll never lose your principal. You'll never lose your 100,000.
Wow.
Okay, but in order to do that, they've got to make some bets. So they go out and take 80% of your money, let's say, and they go buy a bond of some sort that's going to guarantee to come mature $100,000 in 10 years. They cover it. The other 20% of your money, guess what they do?
What?
They're real smart. They're actuarials. The house never loses.
Yeah.
They're going to put that 20% into options.
Really?
They're going to short it. They're going to do that. They got all these fancy things.
Formulas like crazy.
But guess what?
Yeah.
They're going to make money.
Yeah.
That 20% could make on that 100, who knows how much
Yeah.
it could. And think about it, they're doing this in big blocks.
Yeah.
So that's why there is a surrender fee. But again, it's not designed. If you told me, Len, I'm going to have to take this money out in 3 years for a wedding or for then don't do this. This isn't the right thing for you. Okay. But if you really want your retirement and you want this thing to grow for the next 5, 6, 8, 10 years, and you can take income anytime you want. You can start your income, but then that's the right product for you. So just a lot of smoke and mirrors these guys
Boy,
throw
you
at
ain't kidding. You know, and speaking of, because you were telling me earlier that you guys like break down fees for folks too, and so you can help them find hidden fees in their plans they currently have. Right?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, we had a guy in the other day, and my partner Art, he's real good at this. He'll go into those variable annuities, and he'll go into the prospectus, right? And these are 120-page documents on these mutual funds. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But they're hidden. You can't even find them. Well, he goes in and he knows how to do this. He's been doing it, like I said, 31 years, specifically in this particular arena. And this poor gentleman had, it was 4.2, I think, something like that, 4.5 fees that he was paying, right? And the thing that really was amazing to me, his best friend sold it to him.
Oh, no.
I don't. Now, come on.
Yeah.
4.5% fees. He only got a 3% return. You're losing money.
You're losing money, yeah.
You're losing money. It's unbelievable.
Believe it or not, my friends, we've come down to the end of the show.
Oh, wow.
So, folks out
really?
Yeah, I know. We're going to say goodbye here in a minute. But look, there are folks out there that need help with their fees, Len.
Yeah.
So if they call in today, will you let them know what you're offering to do for them?
Absolutely. Folks, we're going to give you a complimentary offer, okay? Just give us a call today. We're going to make sure that we take a look at your portfolio, give you a complete analysis of your portfolio. We're going to do an income analyzer, make sure that you have enough income to go the distance. That's one of the main things on retirees' minds. Will my money go the distance? But we're also going to make sure that your stocks, bonds, mutual funds, my partner Art, he's going to take a look and dissect those things. And we're going to make sure that we understand what fees you have in there, all right? So we can help you get rid of those fees. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Give us a call. We'd be more than happy to put that together for you. Our number is 844-299-0355. You can call us. We'll come see you. You can do a Zoom call with us, whatever you need. 844-299-0355.
And again, that's completely complimentary, folks. Are you concerned about your fees? Make that call today. We want to thank you so much for being with us. Be well and enjoy your retirement, everybody. So long.